Hey everybody, it's Keith Saarloos, and this is episode 1A of the Idiot's Guide to Wine. And by the way, once again, I'm the idiot, not you. One of the things that has been really awesome about doing the first episode is the amount of feedback that I've received. And I would just want to say, number one, thank you if you listen to this. Number two, please share this with anyone who wants to learn more about wine. But one of the bits of feedback that I got that I can do before episode 2 is someone asked me, hey, could you do me a favor? I know you make a video for your latest wine club allocation, but it is a video and I want to listen to it while I'm driving. And I said, hey, hold up, fam. I got you. So this is me cutting out the audio from our video and dropping it right here into this luscious podcast, which is our summer allocation in 2024. We do our allocations 4 times a year, summer, spring, fall, and winter. And what those include, just to let you know, are 3 wines that are meant to be drank in those 3 months and be consumed, if not together, share a cohesive story. So in this allocation, it's really near and dear to my heart because it is my nephews and nieces. We have Mischief, which is a picture of my nephew Brady on it. We have Niece, which is a picture of my niece Emery, who is absolutely beautiful in that photo. And Hanyaker, which is a name my grandmother used to call us, and basically she wouldn't call us shitheads, so she called us Hanyakers. And that is a wine that is impossible to buy anywhere else in the world, and that is a GBSM, a Grenache Blanc, which is a white wine, Syrah, and Mourvedre. So there's some bits and pieces of this story that I'm kind of proud of. I mean, doing this is kind of an odd thing. You're really exposing yourself in kind of a weird way. Or as my wife calls me, a vulnerable narcissist, because I'm narcissist to think that you may want to hear this, but I'm also vulnerable. And right in that Venn diagram where those 2 circles cross, that's right where I live, living with crippling self-doubt and another feeling of overwhelming, I can do this, watch. That's where Keith Saarloos exists, right at that. In this little installment, we're going to talk about those 3 wines, but we also talk about being optimistic. And when I say we, I mean the royal we, Keith Saarloos we. Being optimistic is something I've had to learn about recently. I don't know if I'm optimistic. I think I'm optimistic about 51% of the time. And 51% is good enough because the other 49 is crippling paranoia and anxiety. And crippling and paranoia and anxiety are really, really great to have in your pocket when you're optimistic. It's kind of like the bullets in your gun that you hope you never have to use. And one of the parts about being on a farm or in a vineyard or just life in general is that something's going to be the boss today, and you don't know what it's going to be, but something's going to pop up and it is going to be the boss of the day. My son said once a long time ago, Dad, isn't it great you don't have a boss? You can do whatever you want. And the truth of it is I have a boss. I just don't know what it's going to be today. Sometimes it's a pipe that breaks. Sometimes it's cattle getting out and running onto the highway, which happens. Sometimes it's just what comes up that needs to be addressed right now. And there's a certain amount of anxiety of something is going to go wrong today. It just is. And what am I going to do about it? The other side of it is being optimistic. And the optimism is saying, I can handle those things, whatever monsters come out of the forest today. But optimism usually has to do with, a year or 2 or 3 or months down the road or years down the road, and being optimistic about the future, about tomorrow being better than today. One of the things my dad would say to me a lot, and probably a lot of you that have known him or knew him, is when you had the worst day of your life, my dad would call you, and he might be your first phone call. Like you had one of those days where the phone stops ringing and you think it's the end of your life and the normal day-to-day stops. You get fired from a job or lose a big customer or something bad happens and your phone just stops ringing. And that's a very lonely feeling. And my dad would be the one that called you and he would talk you through it. And the last thing he would say to you is, hey, from what I'm told, the sun's going to be coming up tomorrow. From what I've been told, the sun is going to come up tomorrow. And I have heard that line more times in my life than I really have ever wanted to. And I'm sure that in your life, you've had those days where you didn't feel like the sun was going to come up tomorrow. And yet it did. And when it did, what were you going to do? That was kind of the the ballpark of that conversation that my dad would have with me a lot and have with you, or the people that took it in the teeth that day. And sometimes those are the people you need, because even when you're not optimistic, you need someone on your team that is, a good friend, someone that can talk you up off the mat and tell you to get up, get after it, and get going. And that's what being optimistic is. Being a farmer is nothing but optimism. You have to be optimistic at all times. And you have to also be preparing for the worst possible events that could happen, because both are real possibilities. You know, it's a real Boy Scout attitude. It's like, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And everything that we do out in the vineyard is years out. I mean, the wines that we're bottling right now are 2022. The wines we're sharing in the tasting room right now are 2021. And 2021 is pretty amazing to me, because I think back to those years, you know, neck deep in COVID. I just lost my dad. Life was upside down. I mean, it still feels upside down, but life was really, really upside down. People are still locked in their homes, you know, not going out, social distancing, all of that. And evidently, since 2021, the sun has come up every single day. And every time you're locked out, whisper to yourself, I guess the sun's going to come up again tomorrow. And guess what? I'm almost positive it will. So that was a 7-minute intro to a 14-minute video. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for listening. Share this with other people, and enjoy the audio companion to our allocation. To tell you more about the allocation, like I said, we do it summer, spring, fall, and winter. The price is always locked in. We have 3 levels, 3 bottle, 6 bottle, and 12 bottle. And yes, this is a sales portion. So if you want to know more, go to saarloosandsons.com and check us out. Send me an email, family@saarloosandsons.com. That always reaches me. And follow us on Instagram, and that's the best way to get a hold of me, which is Saarloos and Sons. S as in Sam, AARLOOSANDSONS. Kind of rhythmic. You know, I like that. So without further ado, here you go.
Viva la fiesta, everyone. Right now in Santa Barbara County, all over Santa Barbara County, we are having a party. We are having a fiesta. We are coming together as a community to celebrate. And right after this, I'm headed down to Santa Barbara to be part of the largest equine parade in the world. But before we start that, let me tell you about your wine club allocation. This one is huge to me. I've been thinking about something lately, and that is optimism. I have not always been the most optimistic person. However, recently, I was growing our hay down in our field. We were harvesting it. I was talking to a farmer friend of mine, and I said, hey man, I just want to be a great farmer. And he grabs me by the shoulders, these big anvil hands, and says, Keith, what are you talking about? You are a great farmer. And it was one of the biggest honors of my life. I absolutely loved it. He also taught me a joke, and I love this joke, and here it is. Have you ever met a non-optimistic farmer? And the punchline is, if you have, they probably won't be a farmer much longer. What I'm standing in front of, this vineyard, those fields, our cattle, or even our kids we're raising, the wine bottles that we're sending to you right now, we worked on them 3 years ago. It is nothing but optimism in a bottle, and that is what Saarloos and Sons is about. Everything that we do today is in service of 2 years from now. When we harvested all of our hay to feed our cattle, we ripped it, we disced it, we seeded it, we farmed it, we cut it, we windrowed it, we baled it, and we put it in the barn. And not one thing of that was easy. Every single piece of it was hard, but it was nothing but optimism. It was growing something from the ground so we could put it into our barn, and come this winter, we could feed our cattle. That is what we are working for. We're not working towards happiness, we are working towards satisfaction. There's a big difference between those two things. Happiness is a guest that comes in, has a good time, and leaves. Satisfaction is getting up at 4 a.m., putting in the work, moving your rock an inch, an inch, an inch, an inch. And it is hard, laborious, tenacious, audacious work. But you are working towards a goal. When we put that hay inside the barn, I cried, because it was the culmination of all of that effort and all of that hard work there in front of me, knowing that I could provide for our cattle come this winter. That is satisfaction. That is optimism. Every morning when we get up and work this entire vineyard, we are doing it in pursuit of something so far down the line. The wines you're receiving in this wine club shipment, we worked on in 2021. You remember 2021? It was crazy. And we did it diligently all the way here to 2024 so we can ship it to your homes. The piece of this I want to talk to you about as well is so many people say they are waiting to drink their Saarloos and Sons. They're waiting for this perfect night. They're waiting for this perfect moment. I have to tell you, and we all realize this, there is no perfect moment. Make tonight the perfect moment. Nothing is guaranteed tomorrow, not one thing. Anything can happen. We all know that. We've been living through that the last 4 years. We have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. It could be another once-in-a-lifetime massive event. We just had a fire at our front door. Nothing is guaranteed. So do not die with a full cellar. Open those bottles of wine. Make tonight the perfect night. Cook dinner for your spouse. Invite your friends over. There's only 4 glasses of wine in there. Drink your wine. Enjoy the moment. Have optimism. Because when you open a bottle of wine, you want to revel in the moment that you're in. You're not trying to hit the fast forward button, trying to get to something else. You are enjoying what you're doing right now. So, make tonight the perfect night. Let's talk about these 3 wines. Each one of them, I'm going to tell you when to drink it. The first wine, drink in August. Drink this month. It is called Hanjakker. And Hanjakker has a picture of my niece, Lane Linda, the biggest personality in the smallest package there possibly is. My grandma used to call us Hanjakkers, and Hanjakker is a really funny term. It kind of means like shithead, but it is a kid that has a massive personality. It's the kid that jumps off the 2nd story of the roof onto a trampoline, over a fence, over concrete, and into a pool, which is what we did. It's a kid that loves burnouts. It's a kid that sits in the stands and yells boring so loud you can hear it on ESPN. It is Lane Linda in a bottle. It is massive personality among massive personalities. It is a GBSM, and that's a Grenache Blanc, so a white wine, a Syrah, and a Mourvedre. This wine should not exist. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. We are literally the only people in the world that make this thing. It is light, it is refreshing, it is effervescent, it is barely contained within the glass that it's holding it in. And Lane Linda is the perfect mascot for this wine. Hanjakker came about because we had Grenache Blanc, Syrah, and Mourvedre left over. We filled all of our contracts a long time ago. My old man came to me and said, hey, you've got to pick this. I cannot have fruit hanging out in the vineyard. So we went through and did a field blend. We threw Grenache Blanc in there, Syrah on top, Mourvedre on top of that. We crushed it, we destemmed it, we punched it down. We had no idea what we were going to get. No idea what we were going to get. And when we tasted it, it was beautiful. It was something that was an expression of our property in a bottle. It is light, it is beautiful. It is a big flavor in a very small package. It is perfect for these hot August nights. So throw on some food, invite some friends over, pop a bottle of this and say, you have never had anything like this, I guarantee it. And that is exactly what Hanjakker is. Our second wine in the shipment is called Mischief. And Mischief, you see a picture of my nephew Brady. Mischief and Mayhem. Mayhem is a picture of Cash. Mischief has a picture of Brady Saarloos. These 2 wines are brothers. They're grown in separate locations. Brady and Cash only have sisters, so they have become each other's brother. The beauty of these 2 wines is they are cut from the same stock. They are the exact same vine, one grown here on Ballard Canyon, the other one grown on El Camino Real, and they theoretically should be identical. If you think about wine as a product or as a beverage, they would be identical. But there is something so beautiful about wine, and that is the term terroir. It means sense of place. Brady is a California kid raised in Texas. Cash is a Texas kid raised in California. They are 2 different personalities grown in 2 different places, but they are cut from the same stock. Terroir means sense of place. Really beautiful wines are estate grown, like all of our wines are. And they are telling a story of a place. They're telling a story of here on Windmill Ranch or over on El Camino Real. Like if you have 2 kids, you feed them the same, you treat them the same, you have the same rules, same house, same everything. Would you ever expect those kids to be the same person? And the answer is, of course not. They're going to be who they are. Because if the older one, middle one, youngest one are taking on all of that information. They're taking on where they're being raised, their location they're being raised. If Cash was raised in Texas and Brady was raised in California, they'd be totally different people yet again. And that's the beauty of wine. Wine is totally dependent upon a location. This hillside tastes like that hillside. This hillside tastes like that hillside. And they are different from each other, even though genetically they are identical. Grenache is the most widely planted, most widely consumed wine on the planet. If anybody comes over and says, I don't really know much about wine, pour them Grenache, because Grenache is the dead center of wine. It's Cab without the spice, Syrah without the bite, Pinot but fully ripe. It is the dead center. Anybody asks me to pour them a glass of red wine, I always pour them Grenache. I always bring 2 bottles to every party I go to, and without a doubt, even if there's 10 bottles there, those are the first 2 bottles gone. Guaranteed, because everybody loves it. It makes the most amount of people happy, and that's why Brady's on the label. Third wine is Nice, and on the label of this, you see my absolutely beautiful niece, Emery. Emery is not the youngest. She's not Lane Linda. She's not massive, huge personality, crazy, boring. She's not the Hanyaker, and she's not that calm, everybody loves Brady. She is her own beautiful, massive personality right in the middle. Cab Franc is the middle child of wine, but it is exceptional. It's often overlooked, but it should be the wine that you're focusing on. Emery is that kid. She is beautiful, she's gorgeous, she does not suffer fools, she picks up causes, she pulls out her sword and asks you to follow her and brings you into the fold. That is what Cab Franc is in a bottle. You should drink this wine in October, because it is summer giving way to fall. It is a warm hug. It is rich. It is beautiful. It goes with soups. It goes with all of those flavors that we're all looking forward to when it's 102 degrees on a nice fall night. That is what Cab Franc is made for. So drink Hanyaker in August, drink Mischief in September, and drink Nice in October. Drink these 3 wines in those months. You could also drink them all in one night. I'm perfectly fine with that. We have made more. So when you go to Nice, what you're seeing is radiance. You're seeing that beautiful, big, broad smile. Someone that is being seen. And that is what Cab Franc is waiting for. It is waiting to be seen. It is an absolutely gorgeous wine, velvety, silky, just a warm hug of a wine. Everything I've been talking about is optimism. I need to remain optimistic 51% of the time. Everything we're doing here is in the service of the future. Those 3 kids that you see on our labels, Brielle, Emery, Lane, Brady, and Cash, they are Saarloos and Sons in the future. It is the generational wealth handed down from my great-grandparents to my grandparents to my parents to us to them, so that they can go out in the world and think that they can make a big, massive difference. It is nothing but optimism. It is the farmer's optimism in a bottle. Every single Saturday, I invite you in. I want to build longer tables, not taller fences. Most wineries, you drive around, big, huge fences, stay out. Every Saturday morning, 10 a.m., come meet me here in the vineyard. I will walk you around for an hour and a half. I will show you everything that we're doing. We are doing crazy stuff out here, but we are pushing it forward. This was my grandfather's dream. My dad made it a reality, and it's my job to perfect it. That's the goal. That's the goal. And the things we're doing now will have ramifications so far down in the future. Putting kids on labels. Why do we do that? We do that so they see someone loves them, someone cares about them, someone believes in them, and so that they can go out and do something even bigger with their life than being on a wine bottle. My mom is standing right behind this camera, and I'm standing here today because of the example she and my father set. Love your spouse, love your community, work hard, say your prayers, and do everything in the service of the future. I wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for the audacious nature of my dad thinking that he could do this. I wouldn't be. There would be no Saarloos and Sons without us failing over and over and over again, and the providence of getting up and pushing the rock forward and pushing the rock forward and pushing the rock forward. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, but I know what I can do today. And today I can move my rock an inch. The Saarloos family lives by a creed, and it's a creed that we got to put words to. Take it on as your own. Be optimistic. We live to honor those that have come before us and prepare the way for those yet to come. That is our charge. That is our mission. We happen to make wine. Even if we are doing anything else, this is what we're doing every single day, honoring and preparing. My life is not my own. It is meant to honor those that have come before me and be optimistic and prepare the way for those yet to come. So for Keith Saarloos, go drink your wine. Do not die with a full cellar. So for Keith Saarloos, and I will close this the way I've closed every video for 16 years, live to honor those that have come before you, prepare the way for those yet to come.